Student, our start independent T-test using SPSS statistics program several times prior to learning statistic program like SPSS in case of T-test and ANOVA. We have assumption, right? We have studied together. At least we have checked 6 assumptions prior to run the program, because the assumption is a minimum requirement to run the program, because this is requirement. Prior to using data, the meaning of assumption is to check whether the data is suitable for our requirement. Okay, so we have proceed, as you know, right? We have proceeded 6 assumptions from assumption 1 to assumptions 1 and 2 was very simple. In case of T-statistic, T-statistic is the measure whether the two group has any distinctions in its mean. The mean in statistic is meaning of the average, comparing average of two groups, where to find where there is any significant difference between two groups' average. So we run T-test. You have check variable and independent variable is fit to this T-test. To be T-test, independent variable and dependent variable should what? Numeral variables, right? Especially independent variable should be nominal variable, right? And dependent variable should be number. Now, this is corresponding to assumption 1 and 2. I hope you recall, the content I have taught. And assumption number 3 was what? We have what? Normal distributions. The normal distribution is very important assumptions. Whether to check this data is available. And number 6, you have to mention. Number 6 is a revenge test. This is test whether your data is homogeneity. The homogeneity of variance is very important. I emphasized several times regarding this, right? So you have to mention that whether you have checked the revenge test prior to you run. Okay. Even, I emphasized several times, the result of T-test is satisfactory with your significant level, but meet your requirement. You cannot accept your result, even your result is within probability level, below 0.5, right? I emphasized that several times. So, revenge test is very important as a guideline, whether you will accept your result, your significant, even though it is below 0.05, right? Even that is below the 0.05. What the meaning of 0.05? This point you have meaning of this one, the significant level. This means that your hypothesis is wrong, is below 5%. Okay? Meaning that contrary, the possibility that you will win is over 95% over. So, in the statistic of, we arrange this one around 5%. In engineering or medical, you have to increase to 99%. Country below 1% of possibility that your possibility can be wrong. Okay? That's the meaning of significant error. So when you translate your result as a final in the paper, as an answer paper, you have to present this point properly. Okay? So don't forget to revenge test prior to your T-test result. Okay, anyway, so now with the example, we'll proceed the T-test. Okay. I told you we have two kinds of T-test, right? The T-test. As for our, as you know, the SPSS program is only accessible in our school province. I should be in school because I have to use the Wi-Fi of school. Then I can connect SPSS. Unfortunately, so I have no choice. So instead of the real program, I took each shot of the program. So it might be quite similar to the actual SPSS. And I believe we have no problem to handle your SPSS once you refer to this program. Okay, now let's see that. I told you we have two kinds of SPSS, right? The SPSS, I'm sorry, the T-test. Okay, now independent T-test, independent T and failed T, right? Failed T. What is this one? Independent T-test is the test comparing two groups, right? We have a group A and we have a group B, right? And average. The average in statistics is presented as the mean. Okay, mean of two groups, right? And then to see whether there is any difference, meaningful difference between two groups' average, right? If the two groups' average is detected, we say that there is a difference, right? If the two groups' average, the mean, is detected, then we can say that there is a difference, just a difference. The meaning of difference do not means that there is a significance something. Okay, this is just the judging difference, only difference. Okay, to detect only difference. Okay, not any relation between two variables. The variables we called this one in other way is parameter. Okay, the variable, we have two variables. What variable? Okay, in case of the calorie, maybe something variable. In terms of variable, we have two groups. For example, okay, we have two groups. One group is, the other group is nothing done, right? Then we can compare these two groups. Three, dependence, independence, no relation between two. Okay, quietly independent two groups between, we see there is any difference between two. Okay, then what is my hypothesis then? So I told you the researchers, you are the researcher, and researchers' hypothesis is always alternative hypothesis. is alternative. Okay, and if you choose your hypothesis is all, meaning that alternative contains always on the basis of the concept that there is a difference, right? But contrary to alternative, automatically null hypothesis is same. The meaning of null hypothesis is no difference, same. Okay, let's make an example with this. Whatever the variables you determine, okay, effective or non-effective, that is our variable, okay? That is our variable. What variable? Dependent variable, okay? Each group A, group B is, in case of T-test, we called this group as independent variables. Our target variable is meaning that the variable, the result we want to know is our target variable. This target variable is dependent variable, right? Target variable. Our target variable in T-test is what? Is a dependent variable. Understand this? Okay. I believe you recall what I say while my class. And this is independent variable, so we see the relations between two, right? And my alternative hypothesis is the group A, group B is different. But automatically then, null hypothesis is there is no difference between group A and group B. So we see the result, okay? By using each of two data, data 1 and data B. So this group is also, I told you, independent variable in case of T-test, okay? Okay. Our target variable is to know whether the result of it can be the two groups you are targeting. What you are targeting, okay? You breed two groups. Group 1 breeding something, group 2 breeding nothing, right there. Then even you breed number 1, not A, you group A, and you didn't do that anything, for B, no difference, your hypothesis will be rejected, right? Your hypothesis, what hypothesis? Your alternative hypothesis saying that there is a difference between group A and group B. But once the results show there is no difference, hypothesis will be rejected. But if the results show that there is difference as showing p-value, the probability value, p-value, shows 0.5 below, then your null hypothesis, then you win. Okay, so this is the general concept. This is the basic concept of T-test. Okay, so we will see as we proceed actual SPSS program, the SPSS, and see the result. Okay, one moment. So I will turn the screen. Okay, again. Look at this. Here is dependent. So we have two groups actually, and we go first what? The analysis and compare means. Okay, I told you the T-test is comparing means of two groups, right? And then judging whether there is the difference between two groups of mean, right? significant difference, right? That will be judged by the significant level of SPSS running rate. Independent sample is T-test. Okay, that is our first T-test. Let's go. Okay, this is a program. Okay, familiar with this picture. This is SPSS often, right? Okay, then we go analysis, and then we go compare mean, and then we select independent T-test. Later also go the what? The failed sample T-test, but this is later, okay? But now we will go to independent T-test. Okay, we select again analysis, compare mean, and independent. Independent T-test is the methods we are trying to run now to prove there is the difference between two groups, right? I told you there is difference two groups. Group A. Okay, anyway, let's go. Okay, again. Okay. Oh, I found the way how to move this one. Okay, like this. Okay, then we find another window here, and then okay, if you click the independent T-test, then SPSS and the T-test sample. Okay, then we have a option here. Okay. The data we use has the two kind of variable. This is the type of variable. Okay, the variable, it can be different. Okay, according to the data, different data than this one at the actual exam date. Okay, this is just for the experimental variable for the practice of this SPSS. So we do not use this kind of exam date. Okay, the treatment. Okay, treatment is the result of group A or the B, right? This is treatment. Okay, so the treatment might be a grouping. I guess you can easily guess that there is the group A and group B. Maybe one of these grouping and the rest is not something, right? So something, nothing. Okay, two groups here might be, right? Then the treatment will be grouping. This might be an calorie. So, okay, you can easily detect, okay, this variable is the relation between independent variable A and B, which is treated and not treated, right? Two groups. This is what? Independent variable, right? Independent variable. And then this calorie is our target variable to know whether there is difference between the calorie, okay? The weight, right? The losing weight right there, okay? And then this one must be a dependent variable. The dependent variable, in other words, we can refer as a test variables right there. Then this calorie, in other words, it can be presented as losing weight, right? Losing weight. The calorie. Calorie is our test variable, is our target variable. So this variable should be moved to these sections. Okay? Then test variable. And then these groups, treatment, the two groups, more than two groups, we will use ANOVA. So T-test, for the T-test, we use the two groups. So this treatment, okay, containing the group 2, which is treated and which is not treated, should move to the grouping variables. This grouping variable is what variable? Is independent variable, okay? Independent variables. Okay, we can easily detect then which parenthesis is which terms right there. So this parenthesis is what? Test variables, meaning that dependent variable should be located this parenthesis, and then independent variable. I told you the independent variable is grouping variable. Okay, one of these is a grouping variable, so we can easily detect the treatment. The meaning of treatment is the treatment and non-treatment. Then we can easily imagine that this is a grouping variable. Okay, so this variable, we have to know that the independent variables contain at least 2, not more than 2. Okay, then we have to classify it again at the next parenthesis that we have to distinguish this independent variable. Okay, later on I will explain this one. Anyway, I have to move this variable into the corresponding parenthesis, right? This is the parenthesis of test variable, and this is the parenthesis for what? Grouping variable. Okay, now we go. Okay, we go next. Okay, we have another window here. See that? Okay, we finally moved variable into corresponding parentheses, right? Test variable is a category, and grouping variables that you can easily detect that. Okay, next to the treatment, we have 2 questions. Okay, right there, question mark, right? What's the meaning of this question mark? This means that this treatment is grouping variable is, but by the name of the groupings, at least this means that then the treatment is just so. These parentheses are asking you have to classify 2 groups. Then what is the 2 groups? The meaning of that is presented, so we have to define groups. Okay, so we have to click this button, and then we have to classify the treatment. Okay, at least 2, not more than 3, right? So we will go this grouping. Then let's go to here. If you click the define groups, then we have group 1 and group 2. Okay, so group 1A, group 2B, like that. Okay, you can determine the meaning of a group. Okay, so you have to put that according to your so you can decide this group name. Okay, whatever you want. Okay, then again here. Okay, this guy determined group 1 as 1, group 2 as 2. Simple, quite simple. Grouping, this group should be classified and detected, okay, by the examiner. Okay, but because of you have the simple 2 groups, you can easily detect the meaning of 1 and meaning of 2. So you can use that's okay, and we will. Okay, next, in sample T-test, we have to determine the level of the confidence level percentage. So our probability is below what? P variable is below 5%. Then, contrary, our confidence level will be of 95%. The meaning of confidence level interval percentage is that the percentage your hypothesis is right. At least to win, to beat null hypothesis, your hypothesis is called your alternative hypothesis should be at least of 95%. Okay, then you will accept the result. Anyway, so we decide this one 95%. Okay, we click the run and we show the result here. Okay, then first we will see the table result. Okay, according to them, then group statistic, there is mean, standard deviation, the standard error means, we can see that. Okay, and then next result is that you can detect one. Okay, so you have to carefully watch whether the result of this one. Okay, let's see the result. The revenge test here first. This is very important. Prior to you detect what? You detect your hypothesis. Okay, remember, this is very important. I emphasize several times. Okay, prior to your main T-test, right? This is the result of your T-test, okay? So level here, the significant level is 0.2. This result is meaningful because this is below what? 0.05, below 5%. The meaning of 5% is below 5%, meaning that your hypothesis is highly right. Okay, highly right. Because the possibility to be wrong is below 5%. Your possibility to be wrong is 0.02%. It's meaning that it's below the 2%. Okay. To the result of T-test, your hypothesis should be accepted. But prior to translate this one, prior to confirm your what? Your T-test, you have to check what? Revenge test here. Okay? So this is the reasons why revenge test is higher and the revenge test is to T-test. Okay? The upper level here. Look at it. The significant level, okay, is 0.5. The meaning that is 50%. This will be wrong, meaning that your hypothesis is rejected in revenge test. Okay, what is the then alternative hypothesis of revenge test? The revenge test is alternative hypothesis is that what? You have a same homogeneity in variations, meaning that your variations of two groups is quite similar. Okay, this is homogeneity. We call this one. The homogeneity, the revenge test null hypothesis is that two group is homogeneity in terms of variations. Okay, then your hypothesis is rejecting. What is your hypothesis then? Hypothesis is that two group is not homogeneity. Do you understand? But your hypothesis reject. Why? Because the significant level is over 50%. Okay? Then your hypothesis reject. Instead is accepted. Revenge's hypothesis is null hypothesis. This null hypothesis is homogeneity. Okay. Once the data is homogeneity, you can use this data. So, as revenge test is accepted, your hypothesis is accepted. Understand this one? Okay. Once you try your testing result at real exam, you have to translate these two value and T-test value. Revenge significant error and T-test significant error. Understand this one? This is very important point. You have answer sheet of your exam. Okay? If you do not mention this one, in your exam, your answer is not accepted. So you have to be careful not to missing this point. Okay? You have checked prior to your T-test, you have checked revenge test and the meaning of the significant error. Okay? And then if revenge test is accepted, finally you can cite what? You can quote your T-test. Okay? Even your significant error of T-test is significant, okay, it's not accepted. Your significant error is meaningless. Okay? Revenge test should be what? Should be rejected what? Your hypothesis. To cite your, okay? This one, keep in mind, this one is first revenge test result. The second one is your T-test. This is very important point. Okay, everybody? Okay, this is applied to the similar to ANOVA. But this is between two groups. So this is revenge test is not applied to failed T-test. Okay, this revenge test checklist checkup is needed for independent T-test and ANOVA, not failed T-test. Okay? Understand this one? Okay.